Hello guys, sound check, sound check. Can you hear me? Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in. We have a special stream today and quite earlier than usual. So we got a few things I would like to cover in this stream. As you notice, we're taking down the servers. And we're gonna deploy some Necromancy, guys. That is the plan for today. Your cam is going to die soon. What's wrong with it? Is it very shady? It's I get the sun in here and the light is a bit off. So yeah, I can't really get some juice out of the camera. I may need a new one. I'm wearing shorts. The servers are supposed to go down. I haven't checked, but they're supposed to go down anytime soon. So yeah, we've been working very hard on the Necromancy patch. As you've known, we have added a lot of fixes and polish into this patch as well. And we have had a lot of fun and excitement playtesting the game, especially the new locations. It's been a blast, and I'm very excited to see how you guys experience those areas as well. Servers will go down soon. I haven't checked the status, but it's a process. But yeah, it will take a while, and you know, as usual, we are soon bringing down the servers. We are deploying the patch content on all the servers, and that takes a little while. And then we are starting them again, and then they will be open for connection. So I have a few things I would like to go through with you guys while we're waiting for this huge patch. One thing is the patch notes. We are refining the patch note as we speak. It's a long list. Yeah, I noticed my camera is quite dark. I have the light in the room as bright as it's possible. I think it's due to the sun going in and blending the camera a little bit. I try to crank up the brightness. I guess I can try a little bit more. I think I need a better camera actually. It's one of those supposed to be the best Logitech camera, but maybe not good enough for this, especially when we have some backlight and side lights. No, I just get gray if I pull this up. So a sunburnt. I'm not sunburnt. It is the camera that is not really showing it as it should. I don't care about the camera. Thank you, Stan. Thank you, Stan. I just want to look like a sunburnt person when I'm not. Nerds Half-Life. Thank you for the gifts. Anyway, let's see. So we have a few things. Like I said, we could go through the patch note in a moment if you're interested in seeing what we have been working on and added and fixed in this big patch. It's hard to estimate the downtime on the servers. We're gonna take them down soon, and then they will have to be patched, and then restart them. So when we are in the last step, finish patching or deploying the patches on the servers, maybe around an hour if things goes as normal. Shall we go through a patch note, guys? Because the system behind the patch notes is when we deploy it to Steam. That's also when the patch notes goes live. But I actually have copied the patch notes, so we could actually scan through it while we wait on the patching process. And then I have a little extra thing for you guys today. Let me see if I can start with finding the notes here. Okay, we have to do it like this then. So let's see what we got then. Greetings, mortals. This is our largest patch to date, and it contains a significant amount of new content, changes, fixes, and improvement to all areas of the game. First and foremost, you can now explore the latest magic school and try your hand at raising powerful creatures. With addition to Necromancy, many new options are presented to players interested in the darker side of magic. So, yeah, as you know, the big thing, or one of the big thing, is the Necromancy school finally finished going into the game. Polish. So yeah, as you know, Necromancy includes both, it's like three things. Spellcasting, the summoning, and then we have the ritual parts, which is quite the crafting area on its own. So yeah, Necropatch will go live today. We are working on taking down the servers and deploying the servers. Let me go through here. So yeah, I will go straight to the notes. So you can now equip a shield with lances. Couldn't do that before. Finally, we get some of those functions. Added a new chat command, report to open the bug report window directly. The game menu button is still the same. Added a pet equipment category to broker. Added ability to craft legendary shields. Added ability to craft legendary armor pieces. Interactive lore books and notes to the world. And that is quite a big one. And it's actually pretty cool because what it does is it adds... it's a very efficient way, or an interesting way to connect to lore and information in different ways in the game. So both, obviously, those that are interested in lore and history of the world will be able to discover this, but also obviously there will be clues and information to a lot of things that these notes, books, etc. can hint at, to kind of give you clues on how to find different things or anything like that. And yeah, the trinket vendor in Haven. There's a small chance to find some low tier trinkets on Haven. And we now have a permanent NPC that can identify them, so you can bring that one when you leave Haven if you wish. Alright, let's see what we got more. Expanded the AI. AI can now spawn with buffs. AI can now have more interesting hit zones instead of just distance from the AI. Added support for static AI. Proper support for weak spots that turn on and off. And they will play around more with that when you get into the game. AI can now have attacks it only uses if you're far away, so they have a better control on how to battle you in an efficient way. Added support aggro based on distance can now be set to ignore going into mercy mode. So this is also something you're gonna experience in a new way currently in Mortal Online. So, you know, the classic hack and slash mode in Diablo when you just, or Path of Exile, when you just slash through enemies, weak enemies, that is now a possibility. And you may imagine what that may mean for the Necromancy patch. Can now spawn loot in other position than its own position. Again, specific components and opponents that you meet that will rely on some of these functions, and it's gonna make more sense when you again experience the game. Added a massive boss. I wonder what the hell this boss is gonna be, man. Add a new dungeon. Add a new accompanying boss to the new dungeon. A little cryptic, but you can guess. You can guess. Engine changes. So we upgraded the engine to 4.27. That is one important step towards going over to Unreal 5. As you know, we are working on as well. We're gonna be the world first MMORPG running on Unreal 5 in this large-scale solution. That's gonna be very exciting when we get closer to show you some of that. And with this engine update, we also actually benefit from a few things. As now, the game uses UL compression to reduce game size, and thus improve loading time for disk, which is awesome. We all want quicker loading times, right, when loading data and loading the game. And this means that the full game is now only 60% of its previous size, so that's a good improvement as well. Quite the improvement. We upgraded the DLSS version as well to the latest, so we have better performance there for those that are running RTX cards that can utilize that function. And enable optimization settings in the engine to speed up loading or some assets as well. So overall improvements that will make things more smooth as a gaming experience as well. And yeah, we got a lot of changes here. I wonder, should we go through all this? I mean, it's a long patch, as you know. You don't have to reinstall the game or anything. The patch will handle the transition to all this. So you should be fine just doing the normal Steam updates. Is there another game that will come out soon that is MMORPG with Unreal 5? So you say it will be before that game come out with it? Yeah, there is no announced, at least, MMO coming out on Unreal 5 anytime soon. And we are first on the line currently. Obviously, if there's no ninja company arising from the ashes and just deliver it very soon, which I doubt, because yeah, MMOs tend to take a lot more time than any other genre out there, as you know. But yeah, let's see if there are anything that caught your attention here that may be interesting. Activate Clade Gift experience sharing with healers again. Yeah, that's a good one. Obviously, we have the group's healers that obviously been missing out on quite a bit of XP. Now finally they will be able to get some XP as well by just being the group's healing. Ash of Creation. Yeah, that's not gonna be before us. That's 200% sure. They're very far off from their release, as I understand it. I've been following them a little bit since some time back. So I'm pretty confident that they will be much later than we are currently. When is the patch? So we're bringing down the servers. That's ongoing right now, and then we will deploy the patches on all the servers, and then we will start them again. So the usual patching process, this is a big one, so it's take a little bit longer to upload everything and make sure everything is set. So yeah, we're getting there. This is a thick patch indeed. So let's see, what do we have more? We're just starting on the notes here. Yeah, we refined the name on the trinkets so it's a little bit more clear for everyone. It helps a little bit. And yeah, we're doing the legacy trinket update as well, so they become the correct ones. What do we have more? Yeah, so we found it becoming more quite useful to be able to cancel a spell, especially when you are force releasing an illegal spell such as Necromancy. If you accidentally start an illegal spell in town, it's a good thing to be able to cancel them, right? Just like any swing your sword, cancel the swing feint function. So the same thing we added for casting spells. So that's a good thing to learn if you accidentally do something illegal in a town. That could be devastating, as the guards will whack you. Let's see what we have more. So yeah, some tweaks on loot access chat. Option to make AI pet immune, meaning that pets will not attack AI. So there's a few cases where, as you can see here, some bosses that simply handle AI pets in a different way, and this is also something that's gonna change with the Beast Mastery, as we have discussed before. So there's been a few abuse cases where things have happened in a way where it's not meant to, which we are fixing with this patch also. As you can understand, we want as fair gameplay as possible, and yeah, we had to fix some of these things to make sure that happens. And yeah, we removed the priest from the dungeons, so now when you're dead, obviously you need to have a player resurrecting you, or simply go to the nearest priest, not the one outside the dungeon. Yeah, and there was a function in the Flux Spirits farming which added a lot more than expected, so we have fixed that and tweaked it so that is balanced. And yeah, fixes to the bosses as well, again, to make the gameplay as convenient as possible. There's been cases where someone keeps a boss locked in stages and stuff like that, that simply adds frustration for player groups that want to go there. So we added some function to handle that better. What do we have more worth covering? Yeah, getting hit by regular AI will no longer reset your criminal status. That one was a little bit confusing and strange as well, so that one. Yeah, you can fizzle the spells using those functions as I mentioned before. Tweaked some of the spells that have been wrong actually since day one. It's no nerf, it's actually a few buffs on things that were supposed to be a little bit different. And yeah, we updated all the spell description to be a more gameplay lore friendly description as well, including data. And yeah, mounts have a little boost. Again, we have over time, as you know, been working on the mounts where people are running and then jumps off and run next to the mount and then jump on. That is just ridiculous, right? So we don't want that to be the baseline in traveling throughout Myrland. So we're trying to hit that sweet spot. So we buffed them so far in a direction to make, minimize that kind of running around. So we'll follow up on that as well to see if we are on a good spot. But yeah, that should help exploring the world a bit more pleasantly. Right, and then we have a lot of fixes. The ability of procedural animation in first-person arms combat at low frame rates. There's some improvement there. We fixed, as I mentioned also, there's a specific crash in the jungle when transitioning a specific place. We fixed one of those crashes that many have been reported. So hopefully that will be a smooth traveling down there. If I'm not mistaken, there could be one more type in one specific case, but this one should help a lot of people running there, as we have collected the data for quite a while on that spot. So we will see if there's the other one that I suspect is still there, if that affects, how it affects and how many. We'll get reports, so that is awesome when you do those reports, guys. What do we have more? Yeah, fix some crashes that happen on the client side, which obviously is always critical. So we try to always cover those as soon as we get the reports. So again, if your client crash and you can click the submit crash report, always do that. And even better, you can also add a short description what happened, because that can also help the coders to pinpoint the reason for those crashes. So thank you for submitting those crashes at all time. That helps to add needed stability. What do we have more? Some fixes with trinkets. And yeah, obviously, when guards know these are walkers or ritual pets, you will turn criminal. That is an illegal action, and you're not supposed to walk around in the cities in front of guards with those undead beasts. So that's something to consider, obviously. Make sure that you are experimenting with that away from guards. You will use those portable machineries, so you can experiment with that anywhere in the world, pretty much. Fixed a lot of bugs here, as you can see. So a lot of polish went into these patch as well, while we were refining the main content of this patch. Let's see if there's something specific more. Took that task when I now give the correct reputation. Improve loading of house decorations. Yeah, you know, this patch have taken a lot of time, which of course is frustrating for the player base when things stand still. But on our side, I can tell you that it's been extremely hard and focused work. As I mentioned before, I think it's worth mentioning again, both expanding the team and getting a whole new structure and system in place. That is gonna hopefully show clearly moving forward. This patch was in between those two structure systems, which kind of also made it a little challenge. And we wanted to polish and get things as right as possible with this patch before moving forward on the next new pipeline moving forward. And I really hope that you will see that kind of improvement in the structure of the company moving forward with the upcoming patches also. Then yeah, so this, as I said, this one was in between, so it was a little bit larger than expected, and it made it a little bit of a challenge for us to cope with. But yeah, moving forward from this, every next patch is going to be smaller and focused on specific areas in this new structure that we have set up. So they will be more regular and yes, smaller. So as you may have read on our website, after this one we're going to focus on fixing all the reported critical and bad bugs. We have covered quite a few of them in this one, as you have seen so far, but there's a few areas that we really want to bring them up to a new level of stability, so we can move forward from there on. So all the core pieces in place are solid. So there are still a few of those old core issues and bugs present after this patch, but those are the main focus now in upcoming patches. I'm not sure exactly yet how many of those polished patches we're gonna deliver before we continue with the big next areas of features and content. But we will do an update soon to the roadmap where you can see in what order they are all supposed to be delivered in. Let's scan through this quickly. Obviously, you can go through this one on Steam as usual when we have the patch up to see all the details whenever you want. So, fixed issue with paying house upkeep, not working as intended. Improved vendor session to make them more secure. Fixed issue with buses that could not attack AFK players. Fixed magic always fizzing when casting a new spell even when not charging, so quite the quality of life for mage casting. And yeah, you know, if you're swimming up in water using spacebar, that will also interrupt spell charging as it should. And Stan, thank you very much for the gifts. Appreciate it. And yeah, a lot of fixes here, as you can see. All kind of areas. Fixed poison damage not always getting mitigated by race and clay give poison resistance passives. There's getting in more and more poison in the game, so that's a important one. If investing in that gift, that is. And yeah, here's so many fixes, guys. So there's a lot. One big thing, obviously, that I got the question quite the times is the height bug in houses, strongholds, etc., where you run up in air or underground. Finally fixed. That's a good one, so you can have better quality interaction in those areas. Torbjörn, thanks for the donation. Is there any chances to fix naked characters at the distance? Because I cannot even see the animation. Bowers just standing and their arrow just hit me from nowhere. Yeah, so this is due to the network scaling capacity. So currently, there's only a few amount of data and packets params we're sending at certain ranges. That is kind of like a LOD system, similar to Art LODs, but in network. We can't just spam all network data because this is a very complicated game with a lot of data. And the more players that are online interacting, the more data are sending between servers and clients. So we have quite a harsh limitation right now on that range. But as mentioned before, we are working still on the server optimization when it comes to that kind of data, which means when we're fully done with that optimization, we're gonna pinpoint a few params that we wanna update on greater distance to give vital information to the players. So you will see a progress there down the road in upcoming polish patches and improvement patches as well. But that is the reason why you're quite limited on what you can see on that greater distances on player data. But it will change over time. We have some quality of life done as well. You can now left click a spell in the spellbook user interface to lock the spell and its spell page, making it easier to see stats and what regions are necessary to cast it. Added tooltips for spells in the action bar. So, you know, especially with Necro now, you have a lot of new icons that you may have not learned yet. If you put them in the hotbar, you don't have to go back in the spellbook to mouse over those icons to see what the hell, which spell was this again. You can do it straight on the hotbar. So very convenient. So yeah, that's a small one, but very convenient, especially when we're implementing new spells to learn if you're a spellcaster. You can now put trinkets in bags. A nice little feature, right? I know many have been asking for that one. Spamming the banks with those valuable slots. You can now close the delete items UI by pressing escape. Quality of life. Yeah, we improved the bug report window with categories and some other changes. This will help us categorize incoming reports in the backend. So yeah, we got a lot of different things reported in a way where it wasn't as efficient for us. So we tried to make that more efficient and effective. So whenever someone is reporting something, it goes more in a correct area so the developers can work on them more efficiently. And yeah, quite the work have been put into Magic Reflect, not only for the players and all the schools and spells, but also for NPCs, spellcasters. Yeah, we don't have name and coloring yet for bags, which we want to add later on as well. Blue Bee Tiger Bee, thank you very much for the gifts. Very generous of you. Bug reports improvement, my favorite change. Indeed, it's obviously helps all ends, right? When trying to describe what may have gone wrong in the game. So yeah, the AI are gonna behave again a little bit more like a player following those rules. They can reflect spells. And we made sure that all reflecting spell rules, I mean, there's so many different spells now when it's growing, also with Necromancy, that there are many strange cases where we want to make sure it works correct with reflect, and also where it doesn't make sense, it reflects something. But yeah, like I said, there will be spellcasters that may cast a reflect on them, which obviously means your spell reflect back to you as well. Let's see. So yeah, a lot of work have been done to the reflect, as you can see here. And some changes to swimming. Fixed where would stop swimming and be able to run at the sea or a lake floor. Obviously not something intended. Where dismounting a horse in water or the horse died while being mounted would cause you to drop instant at the bottom and take some damage. Also a convenient fix. So yeah, some improvement overall there. Changes to movement. Fixed bug where AI that failed to find ground will get a bad position update and run briefly to a different position than intended. Improved AI acceleration and deacceleration so that movement is less sudden, especially in combat. Fixed bug that where the body in first person view will sometimes flip reset its animation direction when starting and stopping. So yeah, again, just overall some improvement for fighting AI. And some hitches there. Change to mount and auto steering. So yeah, mount collision now covers the players. You could run through things when being mounted before, which was kind of odd. So now you will collide with your head, just as you would have expected in real life. What you see is what you get. So you need to keep that in mind and consider that when riding around on your mount. And yeah, other fixes to mounts in general in here as well. Oops. So yeah, I think that covers most of it so far. So it is a big patch, and like I said, there are some really exciting content for you to explore, and this is where we really are eager to see how you experience that, how long time the different areas will take you to discover, defeat, and whatever. You know, it's there's a good amount of variation on the exploration and reward parts that comes along with the necromancy. There are still some core bugs, such as the ghost avatar, that have not yet been fixed, if I'm not mistaken. And that bug is a bad one, but that is also highest on our list on the focus patch when it comes to polishing. Let's see, what is the current status with our server, guys? Let's see. Let me remove that for now. Shit, it's so hot in here, guys. It's getting to tropical heats here in Sweden, which is not many days of the year, but today it's been hot. And yes, we got 31 degree, which is quite rare here in Sweden. And my room here is cooking up, especially the computer is cooking up. Yeah, as always, behind this work of game polish and improvement, there are also a team working on, as always, security, dealing with people that don't follow rules, cheatings, or trying things like that. That is always a constant process as well, and that is usually not something we write in patch notes for a few good reasons. But yes, that is also a progress. So we actually banned a ton of accounts lately, again, breaking different rules. We are expanding on tools for making sure that we can handle data that are not supposed to be in the game. You know, like we had a dupe case that we have fixed, but we also have tools to make sure that we wipe the wrong things rather than wiping the game, as we mentioned before. So we are protecting the economy and future of the game. And we removed insane amounts to wipe those free from the game. We take that extremely seriously because obviously it's a threat against the future of the economy. We are deploying the patch today as soon as it's finished deploying on the live servers. Taking them down, deploying the patch, and then you will be able to log in. What are you hiding? In the background? What? Nothing. Just a window. Yeah, I think the camera hits by a lot of sunlight, so the picture becomes a bit strange. It's too weak when it comes to that kind of light. Even though I have a spotlight in my head trying to give it some help, doesn't help. A new patch, is it the Molva breeding patch? No, it's the Necromancy patch. And not only Necromancy, it's a lot of things in this patch. Trailer now. Let me take a look here, guys. Let me take a look what we have here. All right. I want to see a little Necro teaser. Is that what you want to see? Is that what you want to see? Right, right. All right, let's see if we can get a little necro teaser going then. Let me see if I can show you the little teaser we done then. One moment, guys. I'm just gonna see if I can put it on. Let's maybe we can use this window. I think we can. Or wait. Another one. I'm gonna put that little win on one momento. Why is it? A moment, guys. I'm trying to sort this out. Oops. What is that? What is that? Teaser in a day with release. Genius. Indeed. Indeed. All right. Let me try to get this right, guys. I done some strange things with this window, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Oops. You know, I'm not a pro streamer yet, guys, so bear with me. Or do we want a full screen? Do we want a full screen, perhaps? Let's do it. Let's cover the whole thing. Oops. What the hell? Okay. Let's take a look on our little teaser that we put together as well. That yeah, we're gonna release now along with the patch. So let's take a look together, guys. Here we go. Do you have sound, by the way? I think you have. Morning stream. No sound. Okay, wait. One moment. I will put on the sound. Where do we have the Windows sound? We have it there. Okay, let's do it again, guys. Let's go. Should have sound now. Let me know. Let me know if you don't hear anything. Teasing so hard.
You are too late.
There's sound now, right?
The ritual is prepared.
cow, kaboom! Yeah, good little tease, right? Good little tease. So that is our little teaser for the Necromancy. Check-a-boom. Check-a-boom. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. It gives a good amount of sneak peek for what you can discover with this patch. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, so as you saw there, we are introducing, again, additional additional function again with the AI bosses encounters. And I would say one of the very exciting thing that I'm very much looking forward to as well is there are new layers of experience coming with this Necro dungeon. It is the largest dungeon we ever done with so many steps, which is really, really exciting. And you know, I would say that mixed of skill sets will bring you very far in this location. Not only brute force, but I would say a mix of skill sets. Yeah, we'll publish the trailer now as well on our YouTube channel. So that is something I'm very excited to see how you experience that, how your feedback on that, and how you enjoy that part. And obviously, one big thing, the challenge of that, the difficulty levels. So that is something that I'm very excited of following up. So here is the link, guys, for the trailer if you want to watch it again on your own screen. We are publishing that soon. While we're sending out the information on different websites, newsletters, and all that as well. So you get a little sneak peek, guys, in here. You are the VIP. That was Rage, but it didn't look like a Kimiro. You have to see what it is. Where's the content going to be? So, obviously that is one part of the, you know, exploration experience, to explore and find the different content. Like I said, there's one big new area that is heavily Necromancy bound, with all these new mechanics heavily into this. And I've been playing this dungeon area now for a few times, and I can tell the experience is really different. You know, it is such a fresh experience now when we're actually tapping into whole new type of gameplay elements. Not just go there with your group and use brute force, fight your way through it, and you're done with it. You actually have to bring in the brain team, the might team, and you know, that combination of adventures can go far in this place. So there are also, as I said before, that was in the patch note, there are the new note system, book system, that is also being spread out in cities, locations out in the world. Some of them also tells you about different location, gives you clues, etc. So you know, more and more now, starting with this patch, you will be able to interact with new items and information in a whole new way. So that is a good tips to start interact with these things whenever you may find something like that, because that may give you clues, information, and as you know, information is power in a game like this also. Yeah, rings have been fixed. Ring fishing have been fixed, the ratio. So Sebastian and the guys are working on deploying the patch. So as soon as that is possible, you will be able to get the patch and get playing. Yeah, the guild name on rendering and distance will also be changed, part of the server capacity optimization work we're doing. It's all the same thing in the network LOD system. I'm not sure exactly what the final size of the patch is. As I mentioned when we went through the patch note, we are using the latest or the second latest version of the engines. We actually upgraded the engine as well in preparation for Unreal 5. Along with that, a big improvement is how compression is being done on the files in the game, which means it's gonna be smaller and load faster. So that should help also with patches and moving forward with all upcoming patches as well. Yeah, chat management will happen in quality of life updates as well. There are additional functions and options we want to offer, so you have better control of that as well, for sure. It's not called animal magnetism anymore. It's called Necromancy rituals or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we changed and corrected a few names along with this patch as well, including spell names. Tower shields are put to the next patch as we needed more balance time to make sure that they don't just become the meta shield and replaces all the rest. So, and we didn't want to rush that. We want that to make sense and have proper balance. So that's why we cut the tower shields from this patch. Again, we didn't want to delay this patch any further as well due to that. Increased range on Death Hand. It's supposed to be quite short. It's, you know, supposed to be close to you touching another player with your arm length, but we have a small bonus on top of that because it's magically. And yeah, we've been testing this quite a bit and trying to find a sweet spot. So it's a challenge. It's a powerful spell. It does a lot of damage and it also heals you. It's like a fulmination, but with healing included. So it's a powerful spell. And obviously one of the balance factors is that you need to be close to perform it correctly. But yeah, it's not that easy, you know, you need to be in that range. So I think the balance is there. Obviously, there's room for tweaks depending on how it performs now over time. We don't want to rush into doing major changes on those. But yeah, it's a challenge to be in range. And obviously, you are in range for melee damage when you're casting that spell. So that's why that is the natural balance. Good damage and also heal, but you are in a dangerous distance to the player. Can't say exactly how long servers will be down deploying these patches. You know, usually it's around an hour when we are fully down to deploy the patches. But yeah, this is a huge patch. I'm not sure how time may further affect it. I'm cooking, guys. It's so hot in here. It's crazy. I don't know what to do. Like, the water in here I'm holding is getting 30 degrees. The patch note will go on Steam as always when the patch is fully deployed. So that's why I did a little preview, scrolling through it with you guys in here. If you missed it, I did it when we started pretty much. Yes, you are able to catch legendary fishes squarely. What is the best race for Necromancer? You know, it all depends on your preferences and playstyle. I wouldn't say there's just one best for Necromancy. There are good options for sure. Yeah, we need a pool stream, eh? That would be nice now, sitting in some cool water. Thurs on Necro is best. I mean, as you know, Thurs are probably the weakest spellcaster in the game, so that is probably the least effective one, but you know, it's doable. Thurs are aged 61. Is best with Necro. Yes, as mentioned before, we will tweak all the stats params for rendering the different data on players on distance, but we need to reach a certain milestone on the network capacity. That's the reason we don't want to change those numbers, because whenever we do, the network data changes heavily, and we don't want to change that while we're doing test and optimization in that area, if that makes sense. So when we're done with that, that's when we also know what we afford to add on the range. Yes, you can ride on undead horses if you master how to race an undead horse. There's no bonuses on specific spell books yet, but we plan to revisit that. Yes, you're able to turn and cast, run and cast necro spells. You don't want to go into cities in front of guards with undead pets at all, because the guards will engage in panic mode. Oh my god.
Another one.
Megatema, thank you for donation. Any plans now? Necro is going to review the current state of tamers. Currently having one horse to have a single decent pet leaves a lot to be desired. Yes, so there's a few changes gonna happen along with beast mastery. Some pets that are supposed to work with other pets balance wise, and also, as I mentioned before, one of the big important things is also with beast mastery, it taps into powerful commands for your pets, and that's really where you shine as a beastmaster. Not just automatically attack, but you have to perform those more powerful attacks. So that is also one of the natural balance for starting to use, you know, strong pets. So currently we are trying to be careful not to utilize too much of that power now when they're automatically attacking until we get beastmaster in. So that is something we're gonna change further in upcoming patches. When can we look forward to Beastmaster? When we update the roadmap, you will see where you can expect that to go into the game. Avira TV. There's a difference when the AI hits you compared to a player, and that is something that is unsure right now, how far we can push that as well in terms of where their weapon collide with you. That is a lot more data that we need to invest, and we try to spend that data on the players first, and then secondary on the AI. But we'll see down the road. There is for sure options to expand on that further, just as we did with Reflect Magic, for instance. Now, so there are steps that we're taking to making the AI creatures and humanoids following the same logic as a player. The rate of patching content, I would say Christmas Beastmaster. No, like I said, this been quite a challenge, this patch, in between, with a growing team and a complete new company structure of how we work. So this one have taken more than expected, and it's also been we added things that we wanted to fix also, that added additional testing time. And moving forward from now on, they're going to be a little bit more smaller and more controlled, 100% following the new structure, not in between as this one did. That also made it a little bit more challenging to finalize it. You mentioned that you got another small thing to show up. So that was actually the trailer. So obviously the big announcement today is that Necromancy is going live. I read on the Discord channel yesterday that people thought we were just gonna discuss the upcoming release. So yeah, we're going live, and then obviously we had a patch note, and we have this little teaser trailer for Necromancy that you got to watch with me, which is gonna go live as well along with the patch. Suicide shouldn't be an option to give murders. If you click the suicide button, your report murders disappear on Daudu. The roadmap isn't updated yet, so we've been working extremely hard to finish this patch now, and next week we're gonna go through and try to finalize the upcoming roadmaps in more detail, which also will allow us to post those roadmaps on our website. So currently the different spellbooks doesn't do any differences rather than the appearances, but we do plan to add some small bonuses in different ways on these books. But we don't want to add something that is, completely balance breaking, or that everyone needs to have this to compete on a level. So we're very careful about that. We don't want a rare thing like that or superior in the battlefield, for instance. We want to make sure that player skills are always a core factor when it comes to fighting or using the different skills and tools in the game, rather than very rare components, thrumps, all of that. So I hope that makes sense. But there are room for some interesting bonuses on those books that we have in mind that we're gonna add eventually. A fixed creature pathing in dungeons so players aren't bugging out. Yes, so that is a work in progress. So there's so many factors that allow an AI to run through a collision or something like that. Obviously, that is something that is not supposed to happen, and there's a few factors, like there's collision data and there are Namesh data that all the AI uses. And it's a very complex, large world where we need to build all this quite manually and generate a lot of it. So every now and then there slips through different mistakes in these parts that allows AI to behave as it's not supposed to. We have spent a lot of time in trying to eliminate that 100% in this new huge dungeon. It's the largest dungeon ever. And we've been test playing it a lot without noticing any of those issues, since we have focused on that. And obviously this is something we are going through as well on all the dungeons in the world. But as I said, there could still be cases and areas where we need to rework the collision or damage data. It's quite time consuming. Empire, thank you for the subscription. Yeah, let's do a game giveaway, guys, shall we? I really need a air conditioning in this room because holy shit, it's hot and the computer just getting warmer and warmer. I hope it bears the temperature and doesn't crash at least. One moment before I start the giveaway, guys. Gonna start that up in just a momento. Alright, I started the giveaway. So exclamation mark MO2. Go for it, guys. And you will have a shot at a copy of Mortal Kombat 2. This is coming to console anytime soon. Roscoe Star. So, you know, initially when we started the development, we want to make the best possible sandbox MMORPG, the best control options and all of that, which is keyboard and mouse in our opinion, especially with this type of game when you need so many hotkeys, etc. But, you know, the next-gen consoles are quite badass in terms of raw gaming performance, with pros and cons for games like this. But, you know, the conversation have happened. I can say that. There are an interest in expanding this game more, especially now when we are making sure that the core and pieces that needs to be in place are getting there first of all. That is obviously number one. And then we can look at how we are expanding Mortal Online and, you know, the whole thing. You're winning a Mortal copy. I'm afraid I don't have any other hardware to give away at this point. But yeah, just in short, you know, down the road in the future, there's a possibility for sure. But again, it's gonna be down the road. Give us your share. Come on, man, I need to sit. Fix it so you cannot issue a murder account on a suicide. But that's the mechanic behind it. If you click the suicide button, you're not supposed to be able to give a murder account. If you can, then that's a bug, and then it's a bug. You shouldn't be able to place a murder account if you hit the suicide button. When a primary punch does Necro require, it depends on what you want to do as a Necromancer. Do you want to just be able to cast a few spells, or do you want to do summons and rituals? The more you want to do, the better you want to do it. Obviously, the more points you need to invest at a high level. I mean, it used to work like that. You can't report a murder if you click the suicide button. Release date. So the re-release, we don't have a date yet for. We're gonna announce it sooner, or you know, after a while, and we're gonna show a master plan for reinitiate the release of Mortal Online with all the influencers and marketing campaigns and all that we put on hold pretty much, and are back to shadow lurking mode. The jump off a cliff. Okay, so not suicide button then. So that's a completely different thing, right? So identify how you die is a whole new level. And you know, we need to go through those steps. What does this count as? Did someone push you down a cliff and you died? Then it's not a suicide. Did you jump? It's a suicide. You can already see it's getting insane, right? We can't have codes that are guessing, so you know there are gonna be room for some of those for sure, and you know we may require more time to see how we may eliminate some of those things. All servers needs to be taken down to deploy the patches, and then you know up again. Usually an hour downtime if things go smoothly. And yeah, did he jump because he was chased? Not suicide. Maybe he was hoping to survive that jump and he died. I mean, again, there's so many cases that it becomes very complicated very quickly. But yeah, again, you know, we're coming with different solutions for every single case, but that also means we give the coders a ridiculous case list. And they're just looking at me wonder, what the hell do you want me to do with this list? So there are challenges for sure when it comes to many of those areas. But yeah, we try to cover them as good as possible. All right, we should be bringing down the servers any minutes now, if I'm not mistaken. So the process or initiating. You also have 31 degrees in your room right now. I'm cooking. I'm cooking over here. I'm almost panicking. I don't know what to do. I need to stream outside or something. Whew. 31, that's winter here. Come on, this smashed crab. I mean, do you sit in your working room with 31 degrees? You can't do that for a long period of time. You will faint, right? I mean, where you're sitting working. Sure, outside in summer, then sure. Yeah, it was 40 in London. I heard that. Quite crazy. That's quite rare as well for that temperatures in London. I need to learn the elementalist magic. That's true. I need to control the temperature. Looks like I'm slowly being boiled. I am. Are there any plans on becoming more harsh court harassment and toxic behavior? Yes, we are expanding on that also. We want to make sure that playing Mortal Online should be a pleasant experience. And, you know, there are for sure room for already being, you know, a hostile and role-playing and all that. But there's a line, right, where it's just our toxic behavior or, you know, breaking the rules. That's something we are, you know, strengthening up against, expanding, making sure that we have proper protocol for our staff members and want to make it as pleasant as possible for those that want to play and enjoy this game. This game has gotten my computer hot enough to heat my room to that temp. Yeah, I mean, just gaming overall with those monstrous graphic cards these days, they spread out a lot of heat in the room. Only 32 degrees here. I'm putting on a sweater in your room. 32 degrees. That's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, a fan. Fan could be nice. I have a horrible fan that makes too much noise, so I don't want to use that. But air conditioning will be lovely. 42 degrees. I mean, that is insane. It's quite almost dangerous, right? Being out in that heat. You need to be careful not getting a heat stroke. Yeah, 3090 graphic cards, they work as a radiation for a room, no doubt. Vikings are not made for heat. That is true. I need snow. I need cold. On 104 Fahrenheit. Yeah. You need to stop using Fahrenheit, guys. We need to use Celsius, everyone. It's just confusing. Same with the weight, all that. We need the metrics, you know? Come on, stop with that foolishness. Miles and stones and all that. Fahrenheit. Come on, man. Come on. For 2 are summer days in Australia. Yeah, that's too much. It's not pleasant. I almost prefer too cold then, right? You can at least put clothes on. How many servers? We only have one main Milan server set up, and then we have multiple Haven set up. And you know, a continent like Milan is run on multiple server hardwares. That's how we scale it. There's 33 in my living room at midnight 2 days ago. Yeah, that's nuts. Even my candles are melting when we hit 30 degrees in the living room. Do you not have air conditioning? I do actually in my bedroom, which is, you know, almost a luxury here in Sweden because it's not that common to have air conditioning here because we only have a few days when it's like this. Then the rest is quite cold and dark. So it's not common to have air conditioning here in Sweden. But my air conditioning in the bedroom have broken down. Perfect for the heat season. And I almost need air conditioning more in this working room. When can we expect more pet equipment like bear armor, etc.? So that depends on two components. The upcoming roadmap focus and what order we focus on thing there that we are still ironing out. And the manpower, if we're able to find additional animators, because that is the bottleneck for pet equipment and mounts. Necro best race is, you can choose pretty much between any of the good spellcasters, humans, Alvarines, Ogmirs, and you know, Thursar have the least effect. If you want to go higher effect, then you may want to pick any of those other three. And then of course depends on how you want to play your style, depending on further. Is there any link to the notes I can read? So the notes will be published on Steam as soon as the patch is deployed there as well. I just did a little sneak peek on my stream in the beginning. So yeah, a giveaway is running, guys. If you just tune in, hit exclamation mark MO2 to participate. I'm gonna run it in a few minutes. It is very hot in Skåne, Fille. It is a little bit too hot right now. I would almost wanna take a bath. Imperial measurement are so barbaric. Indeed. Indeed. This is the patch day. We are deploying the patches as we speak. Use Kelvin. Come on, come on. Stones. Yeah, I mean, what is that? Stones and lips. You know, it's all those miles per hour and all that, you know. Strange. Very strange. Yeah, we need more ACs in this country. When it's hot, it's disgusting hot. Is the heat in the game going to affect my character soon? That happens with the upcoming continents where the temperature goes to more extremes. Is it possible to use any noisy stuff with NVIDIA RTX voice? It will be cut easily. Yeah, I tried that that RTX function for the broadcasting function, and yeah, I could have a lot of noise around me and you don't hear it. But there was something I couldn't do when I was running that function, so I had to disable it. But I don't think you hear my computer fans right now, do you? I think this mic, I've tried to make it so it mostly picks up my voice only and nothing else. Henrik bedroom tour when? I'm not sure. Reached 52 Celsius last year. What the hell? I mean, you can't stand in 52 Celsius. That is a sauna, right? That is a sick sauna. Yeah. We had last night, it was what? As cold as 22 Celsius at the night, which is very hot to be in Sweden. It's usually around 14, 15, 16, 17 during summers. So 22 yesterday was quite hot here, and then 31 during the day. That is extreme to be Sweden. So the parcel system and the task system is going to have a huge update with these upcoming patches. That is one of the thing that's going to happen. Yes, thievery is planned to be in the upcoming patches as well. So as I mentioned, we are going to try to update the roadmap quite soon, and that will give you a pretty good idea of in what order you can expect the different things to arrive. Explanation mark MO2. I have a minute to spare before I roll it. AC for sleep is necessary. Yeah, I mean, having 30 degrees in your bedroom, that's unhealthy and very difficult to sleep when, you know, getting close to 30. You know, the best temperatures for sleeping is actually 16 to 18 Celsius degrees. That's quite cold, but that's, if you look at the research, that's the best temperatures to be sleeping in. It also depends on how humid the air is, right? The temperature changes quite drastically depending on the humidity also. And can tell me what is the best race for Necromancer. Like I said, there is no just one best, I would say. It all depends on your style preferences and how you want to play. If you want to go for raw speed, we have the Alvarins, more defense, Ogmirs, which also have very high intelligence boost. They can top out on insane intelligence, which is the highest damage output as a mage. And we have a good hybrid option as the human Clade. And the Thirst, I would say, is the least powerful spellcaster. But yeah, I mean, sure, you can still go Thirst on Necro and do some crazy builds with that. Why do people call it patch? Isn't it patch? It is kill sigil, but it became a meme or something in our community, and they started calling it the batch, and you know, it's stuck. It got stuck. We're setting new trends here in our community. I'm scrolling down a little bit, guys. I'm falling way behind, so sorry about that. Henrik, not LBS, it's pounds. Yeah, but you know, just using LBS and pounds should not be a thing. We need to lib. Yeah, my short for that, LBS. Go outside, Henrik. Not safe. No. Come on, man. When will the modes become icons? So we have the macro system on our upcoming roadmap as well, which will allow you to set everything as a hot key, such as emotes, calling gods, and all that, banks. Yeah, we haven't really looked into NVIDIA's Reflex. I don't know how much it will benefit in a game like Mortal Online. I understand Counter-Strike and all those extreme Twitch latency-based games. But, Mortal Online is a little bit more forgiving as well, swinging a sword and all that. And, of course, it's a MMO, so you always have to count for that room for additional flukes and stuff like that. But we are looking over when we step over to Unreal 5 what they support and how we can enable some of those plugins that people want to have, like the equivalent DLSS for AMD Reflex maybe. So depends on what it requires from us to enable such plugin. If it's quick, then sure. Or we're just waiting and talking about weather. Every man hero, you guys push the direction of what is the topic. It just happens to go over. It's way too hot in here right now. I'm cooking. I'm being cooked. Good work, Henrik, and your team. I'm really enjoying it. Cheers for your passion. Thank you very much, Brand for Beard. The slow cook fish in 47 degrees in North Sweden too. So it's too hot enough to cook with. Indeed. Indeed. What are you looking for the most with the game? That isn't going to happen in the near future. So I mean, and a feature I'm looking forward to that is way down the road. I mean, there's a huge list of features for Mortal Online, and that's also what makes it quite unique, and especially for us developers, that it feels like we are building new types of mini games every quarter or so when we entering completely new areas and features. So it also makes it exciting, because now we're going to do this feature. It's going to be awesome to build and play this. I mean, one feature I'm very much looking forward to that we actually pull a little bit further in the roadmap is the ship system. Now when we see that we will be able to use some really cool mechanics in Unreal 5, we're also taking some leaps forward in some areas that allows us to faster, more efficiently build some features that we want to have in Mortal Online down the road. So there's so many features for sure. Some magic schools, we have upcoming continents. Like I said, we have the boat ship system coming eventually, but it's gonna take a while before we have all that finished. But over a year or two, we're gonna have a game that is sick in terms of features and mechanics. So many good games in one game, pretty much. If you enjoy Sea of Thieves, forget about it. You can play Mortal Online and have that even better in Mortal Online 2, in Unreal 5, looking insane. Do you like just battling and sieging in Mortal Age of Chivalry? Forget about it. Do it in Mortal Online with the sieging system and TC. So there's a lot coming on the horizon in the upcoming years. Just need to be patient because you can't build Rome in a day. We have a lot of cool content and features over time. And that's the beauty as well. If you get tired of the game and you need a break, sure. And then after a while, you may want to revisit because of this or that feature have arrived, and a whole new audience may arrive when we deliver the ship system. We have a few streamers in Sea of Thieves that are really much looking forward to the ship system in Mortal Online, and they will join Mortal 9 when that arrives. So there's so many different stages in the coming years. What do you say to the idea that the current MO2 world is too big? It's not, because we can't aim at a low bar, right? We need to aim at realistic and future goals. And our goal is not to host only 1,000 players as we have online right now. Our goal is obviously to reach very high numbers down the road again. As we mentioned many times, how our vision and goals are looking at and how many years forward we are planning for. That's when we're going to start growing and reach big numbers over time. And then obviously Mortal 2 Milan map will be way too small. That is why we will need additional continents over time. A May? What did I say? I'm getting a heat stroke, so sorry guys. A May meme. Okay, I see. A May. The mixed Swedes meme.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know, a meme.
Another one.
What is your most anticipated addition to the game that we won't see anytime soon? Yeah, like I said, I hope I responded to the whole discussion I had just a minute ago. There's many features. Ships are one of them, for sure. And there's the, as I mentioned before, also like equivalent to the Jedi system, but in the Mortal version, is a very exciting system I'm looking forward to as well. Sorry, can someone else clarify please? The next patch will include both Necromancy and Theory. No, this patch today is Necromancy and a lot of fixes and some other content as well. But Theory is not in this one. You will see that on upcoming roadmap. It's not done yet. KNC, thanks for subscription. Can they remove the collision from the box and cannons on top of the bank counter in back this so I stop getting stuck avoiding horses? Lol, keep up the good work. Thank you very much. And if that is reported, then it should be happening. I'm gonna put a little tag on it and see if there is something that have been fixed or will be fixed. Thank you. So Rob, hey Henrik, boy, it's early here, 6:26 a.m. But here I am. Hope this patch goes well for all of us. Thank you, Sir Hop. And yeah, fully agree. I guess it is quite early for you Americans over there. And I was thinking that, yeah, we will probably have less people online at this time with the Americans being at sleep or at work. But yeah, whenever you're home, you will have a game to log into, hopefully. This patch is gonna have wagons, right? No. Wagons is not planned for this patch. So this is the main focus is the Necromancy school and the Necromancy locations, and then there are additional features that logically tie to enable some of these features. A lot of polish, a lot of points of interest, new bosses. You will go through the patch note quite soon when it's posted on Steam as well. What's first? Unreal 5 upgrade or TC? You will see. You will see. We are clarifying the lineup quite soon. We've been so occupied with just delivering and finally get Necromancy published so we can fully be in the new structure and moving forward in the upcoming roadmap. So it will be clear quite soon on the roadmap eventually. Is the flux duping exploit fixed in this patch? I'm not sure what you refer to as what bug, but if it's been reported, then there's a very high chance that is fixed, because obviously if there's a dupe case, which 9 out of times it's not, due to how the client is updating while the server is king, there's often there are cases when you can bug out the client icons, etc., and think, holy shit, I duped. And like I said, 9 out of times cases, it's not a dupe because the server is the king. If the server doesn't, the server handles the items, and we have fixed a lot of those client dupes, and we have had dupe that we have fixed as well. If this is reported, then they have a high prioritize to see what it is, and obviously deal with it if necessary. Love me a thick wagon. I can't post the notes. It will be automatically posted on the Steam as soon as the patch is there. That's how the system works. So it will be there soon. Play the trailer again. Should we do a little trailer again? And then we pull the giveaway. Should we do that? I'm scrolling straight down, so I'm gonna miss a lot of questions. Sorry for that. All right, let's play that little trailer teaser while we I have it here. Explanation mark Emma2. After the trailer is done, I'm gonna roll it. All right. So here goes, where do I have it? There. Yes. Enjoy.
You are to make. The ritual is prepared.
Boom. Sound not working? It is. Works fine, right? Is someone trolling me? Yeah, I think it's a good teach for Necromancy. We didn't have much time, but as always we tried to do something like that to help show what's going on. Dude, what was that? Sir Hub, didn't you see the trailer teaser of Necromancy patch? I think it's awesome. I mean the sound effects in game. Ah, yeah, no. We only have the music and a little voice snip and lost creature effect sound when it's climbing up there. It's amazing, Henrik. Thank you very much. The team is very happy to hear that as well after all the hard work. Let me tell you, the experience in this whole new area is really, really awesome, and I can't wait. I really hope you guys record and stream, because we want to see what kind of, the feedback, the experience, what area is really up there good that we want to expand further on when building more and more dungeons and opponents and challenges. We want to know how big of a challenge this whole thing is. It's always very difficult to, foresee or predict. So I hope some of you guys dare to share some of that experience and knowledge, not spoiling everything perhaps for everyone. Obviously, it's always up to the players to spoil secrets, because trust me, there's a lot of secrets in these new places, and it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. I'm very excited. I wanna see that progression for the player base. How hard will it be for solo players to become a necromancer? Not that hard, I would say. So you can quite easily tap into necromancy, but obviously covering everything and finding everything, that may take time and requires not only brute force and power, but actually knowledge and brain power. And that's what I like with the new necromancy place. It's going to be so fun to see what the players figure out and how they come up with these different things. So I really hope you will enjoy it as much as we done when we have been testing through this dungeon with all the puzzles and secrets. It's really cool. Yeah, the opportunistic clade is gonna get an update. Does new DLSS will give a bit of a performance or quality? Both, I would say. They've updated it quite a bit. It looks good, and it have a good performance boost as long as you're not CPU bound. That is a main factor. All right, the giveaway. I almost forgot. Thank you, guys. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. All right. Good luck, everyone. Yosen with the shear. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Here we go. Running the giveaway for today. So good luck, everyone. Jesus, so many always tuning in last second. All right, here goes. Good luck. What the hell? Why don't I? Okay. It's time. Here we go. Congratulations, the James. Congratulations for winning a mortal key. The James. Send me a little direct message here, and I'm gonna send it right over. And why is Henrik missing the voice in Immortal Line 2? It will be back, Fricasoid. It will be back. The James, are you here? Thornberry. Oh my gosh. It's Thornberry or Bard, guys. Didn't know that was you, the James. That is awesome. I've heard your tunes in game, and it's always a pleasant surprise and great experience. So let me get your key one moment. There you are. So it was our bard from Odin's Seed. Always a pleasure to hear. And you know, it warmed my heart when you guys were singing for me as well in Fabernum on my birthday on a live stream. That was amazing.
Another one.
Dreadlord just subscribed. I'm the man. Kilux, thank you for the subscription. So regarding the Beastmaster, when we update the Beastmaster, we will have the decision on if that will also affect the Necromancy patches or it will be separated. So again, we are working on Beast Mastery, and when it's fully finalized, you will have the information on exactly how it works. When world bosses. So we have new bosses in this patch. One of them is very large, but it's not the tier 3 boss yet. We're getting there. This one is like 2.5. We're getting more and more AI support and functions. So slowly but steady to the next gen tier 3 AI. Yeah, the girl's sure. We will update to that version soon in Tinram. So much boxing, want to introduce new content. Come on, no. Just like I said, look at the patch note. It is more bug fixes than anything else. And our upcoming schedule will be all about polish and bug fixing to make sure that boom, it's done. You know, we're solid. Then we move forward again. Loots and gambling, yes, that is something that will happen for sure in our taverns. We have a whole magic school that is bound to instruments. So are we looking? Are you patching, guys? Are you patching? Not yet. Shown in Steam. All right. Not yet. Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there. We're getting there. Love you, Henrik, because you batched and we wanted the batch. Thank you. We all want and need the Necromancy patch. You know, including the polish we're adding with this patch, and you know, widening that magic playing field, and yeah. The big eye in the video was only tier 2.5. If there are 5 tiers to bosses, imagine what they will entail. So we have 3 tiers, I would say, but yeah, it's quite the big leap to the 3rd level, and they are very specific behaviors on those. But yeah, they will be a shocker for sure. This is a good sneak peek on a little bit of the scale, but still not close enough, I would say. Not being able to damage bosses with pets is a temporary fix, right? Yeah, exactly. So there's a few mechanics and abuses that there are no simple quick fix for. And like I said, we're gonna have heavy focus on AI polish overall, including beast mastery in upcoming patches, which means we will address all of that with those patches. That is the plan. We're getting very close, guys. Patience. TC gets bumped. Can Stars please bring in a house training ASAP? Yeah, we will see where those house function comes as well on upcoming Polish focus patches. The notes will be published on Steam very soon. I went through the notes here on the stream just briefly. I guess, should I scroll through it quickly again? I don't know how many new people arrived. It's a long list. Two players are one horse later, but yes. Mage Tamer with the donation, thank you. So I missed your answer last time, but we'll donate again to support. Okay, are you happy with where taming is right now? Ignore Beastmaster as of right now. Having to have a level 1 horse to have an under-leveled beer, a Terrorbird feels lacking. Yeah, like I said, I did comment to that one, but maybe I was unclear. But there will be additional rounds of balance when it comes to what pet you can combo and that you can have as a herd even. You know, a wolf pack, for instance, is something that I want tamers to be able to have. The balance there is obviously they're very weak, but using them in a herd, and when we tap into the Beastmaster where you can actually tell the pack leader to do a certain action, that's when that can become a tactic. You know, I'm the wolf pack leader, and that's what I focus on because I like those function, whatever that tap into. Or the beer friend, when you tap into that beast mastery special moves. So every family should have some interesting use, which means even, you know, a weak wolf could get some reason to be used for different ways. So yeah, that's gonna happen along with the Beastmaster and AI improvement focus overall. Are you Jonah Vale? I am not Noznam. I'm Henrik. My title disappeared, but yeah, that is the reason why I have it there. There, Henrik, and I'm the CEO and designer of Mortal Online and Star Wars. Oh, you mean when I said I was the wolf pack leader? Yeah, I guess they called wolf pack, right? That's true. They will be back. They will be back with TC. That's what I'm waiting for, as many others are. Too hot in room for the stream. It is too hot. 30 degrees. Yeah, Wolfpack and many other guilds have taken a break for the game for various reasons, bugs, issues, or lack of content that they want to see in the game. That is completely reasonable, and we are addressing them one at a time now. We're getting the stability polish in the upcoming patches, and then we have TC around the corner as well. And this patch is an important patch as well. It's a huge patch, a lot of new content, features, and PvE, and magic, and polishing and bug fixing. A little bit of everything. Sorry, can't delay anymore, Demi VFX. But it will be here when you wake up. Let's be honest, John Whale doesn't know how to stick with MMO, just jumps from game to game. I mean, that is also what most streamers do, right? It's not too common that you only stick with one. I mean, I guess it depends on what streamer. There are those that only do content for one game or mod that have been around for many years. But you know, I have no doubt that Jonah Vale and most of his crew, I guess, will be back when those areas that they want to play the most are in the game, because there's no reason not to try it since you have the game, right? And there's nothing else that deliver those areas that they also want to play around with. So, but yeah, you know, that is quite common. But seriously, Henrik, why would people run to different continents? What do you mean with that? I don't follow. There is a compile error in some of the taming and domination, and that compile error have been replaced in Unreal 5. So depending on what we need to invest in that development, we may have it fixed already in Unreal 5. So yeah. Stegantrope is meant to have a tweak, yes, but it's not for this patch. We've been too focused. We don't want to add too much so it becomes, you know, chaos, even though we added almost too much in this patch. And that also brought some delay. How to keep your beard and hair so perfect? MD K. I don't know. I just got lucky, I guess. Got the right genes, and that's it. Wolfpack will be back for TC patch and Raid Quit soon after because their keep will be siege first. That may be true, but actually they were actually quite active in Modline for longer than they have been acting in many other games. So, you know, it's still it's good numbers, good stats. You know, look at those other games they've been playing for a few weeks. They played Modern Line quite heavily since the stress tests, non-stop until, you know, not too long ago. So quite impressive still for, you know, being a game jumper a little bit more. Can you start the download for the game? Update on Steam. Yes, soon. How many hours till patch this up? It shouldn't be many hours. It should actually be quite soon. You see the patch note. I mean, I have the patch note here, but they will be on Steam, I think, any minutes now. So you can scroll through them yourself. Hey, Shadow Borderline, I hope the summer treating you good. Indeed, indeed. It is very hot today, almost too hot. My room is 30 degrees Celsius, which is on the top, so my computer is frying and making a lot of noise. And if I were playing now, I'm afraid I will almost get instability. I need a AC in this room, I think. My CPU now, without doing anything, just streaming, I'm tapping out at 81 Celsius, which is a little bit too hot for not gaming, actually. Around 69 to 80 degrees. A little bit too hot. Necromancy is in the game. It is getting deployed as we speak. Yes. When we patch in a healthy population, it is a progress and a process, I would say. Along with fixing those things that pushed away players, along with polishing those areas, and along with the content going in that many players looking forward to, it's a natural progress, right? That also brings players in. So that is our plan and roadmap ahead. You're burnt already. I'm not burnt. I'm not burnt. I have a crappy camera that doesn't handle the light in the room very well. Jonah needs to be humbled. And isn't that also part of some of the streamers, the you know, how they interact with the community? Wait, is it Unreal 5 now or one of the following updates? No, not now. In the upcoming patches. We still have quite a few areas to go through before we patch it. But we're gonna show you the progress of some of that, taking transition in, utilizing the cool tech like the new lighting system, lumens, nanites, and stuff like that. That is insane. That is really awesome stuff. And we're gonna show you that transition that pushes Mortal 9 from one of the most beautiful MMO on the market already to a sick level of visuals. Lexicon Death don't have an effect right now, but it will have a small bonus in a certain way, along with other spellbooks as well. No, Sarika is most likely not going to be larger than Milan. Milan is quite large, and I think over time we will be able to fit a lot of players on it. So right now we don't plan to make Sarika any larger. We're looking at even a little bit smaller currently. And then we will obviously, depending on what we need in the future, add upcoming continents in the different sizes. Yeah, along with new continents, there will be new dungeon mobs, armor styles, clothing, mounts, everything pretty much. Still don't need more content, need bug to be fixed, which had to be fixed, like starting the game every time twice to see house inventory. Yeah, for sure. We need to fix those bugs. We have a good list of bugs that we haven't fixed yet. We have fixed a lot of bugs, but there's a very important list that we are focusing on upcoming patches. So that it will be absolutely majority focus on fixing and polishing rather than bringing new big content in the upcoming few patches we have. Henrik is Giga Chad. Wolfpack sold a keep to HRG. Alright. They have to fight their way back. Henrik shows some spoiler for the patch. How? Wanna watch the trailer or patch notes? I'm waiting on the patch to go live on the live, just as you are as well. Stream lagging, is it? Is my computer getting overheated or something? Then hidden Easter eggs, there are a lot of hidden things in this patch. And it's gonna be a blast to see when and if and how you find them and explore them. Trail again. Alright, let's do another trailer. Let's do it then.
Oh my god. Another one.
Another one. Is there any additional information around Necromancy books? Ramon mentioned you may be able to get the book from places other than New Necro Dungeon. There are a few ways to start learning Necromancy. It's not all just bound to one location. That is true. There is a Necro location that is heavily focused on a lot of Necro stuff. So obviously, if you want to expand quickly, efficiently, this could be a very good place to go to. But you can still find a variation of location in the world, points of interest that also have different types of Necromancy discovery. A Thunderbird. Yeah, I had to enable all the sound to have a sound on the trailer. So I guess you hear my mails and all that again. Sorry for that. Streamers, okay, Henrik, please enter from time to time in the game to see you in game. It's really nice to see you inside. Yeah, you know, lately it's been extremely busy, so I haven't been in the game on live server that much. I've been on the test non-stop. But yeah, every now and then when I have the moment and opportunity, I enjoy jumping in, getting that first-hand experience and just linger around you guys. And quite often, obviously you don't have a clue it's me. if I'm not playing on my Henrik character. So yeah, I really like doing that, playing the game just as anyone else. Was an indication of the dungeon. We haven't really revealed exactly where it is, other than some of the screenshots that may give a clue. All right, here is one more time the trailer. No, that's.
Oh my god, another one.
No.
Another one.
Steve, thank you for the prime. 12 more.
You are too late. Seritua is prepared.
Did you hear that, guys? That is a clue. You can find that in the game. That's a new mechanic also, by the way. Helix, I will put you down easily, 101. Use my death hand. Holy cow, guys. We're getting closer to the mayhem of Necromancy patch. Is Baron Tox on the way to the jungle? Is it though? Is it? Henrik smack talking. You know me, right? Have to toughen up for this community. All these hardcore PvPers. Do we get the patch yet, guys? Are you guys updating? Are you guys updating? Yeah, we have plans to keep on expanding on the journal system, Avera TV, like locations, notes that you find in the game and so on, that is of value, so you can keep track of it also next to your own notes, that is. Looks amazing. Thank you, thank you. The team didn't have a lot of time to put it together, the ones that could do it, but yeah, I'm quite impressed of what you managed to do in such short time to put a little teaser together as well. Yes, updating. That is awesome. We're getting closer, guys. We're getting closer. Is that your voice, Henrik, in the trailer background chanting? No, it is not. Where's link to the Necro patch video? Let me see if I have it. So it will be published, go live soon, along with the patch and all that. But this is a preview link for you guys. Getting some VIP in here. I'm not married, no. This is his evil twin Henrik. No, roadmap won't be updated today. We have been heavily focused on the Necro patch, finally delivering it, and then we will need some time to finalize the upcoming roadmap. So currently only talk about stagger or limping effect when HP drops. This is something we plan to do. We planned a lot of this quite a long time ago We even evaluate should we not display hit points and such as that. But it became too difficult in a very harsh game like this where it really matters every single hit point, you know. But yeah, it does make sense to add more indication and feedback depending on how wounded you are, and even losing limbs with a system that we have prepared for that we can expand on and do want to revisit down the road, but not right now. Getting proof of pants today. I'm on in shorts. I'm in shorts. So yeah, it's a big re-download. It's a big patch because you're getting the new structure of Modern Line since the new engine update, but it is much smaller and will load faster, and future updates will also be faster and smaller. So yeah, may take a little bit time due to that, but when that is in place, we are in a better position. Did Mass trailer ever get released? No, it have not been released yet, and we will do that very soon. It is a masterpiece, I think, and it's a very good general showcase of the game, what it is and what is will be growing into also more over time, and generally explaining what the game is all about. So it's a very solid trailer. That again, yeah, we put it on hold on release mayhem, which that release phase gonna be started again along with the epic patch release on their platform, and then yeah, we reinitiate all of that. But we have a good lineup now where we're gonna obviously release that and the different steps moving forward to Unreal 5 and then upcoming content. On 23 in London, that is more pleasant. Did you hear the thunder bait again? Yeah, there are fixes to the flux and spiritism. And then plans to make pets swim or able to cross water. Yes, that is part of the AI polish focus that we are going to now. Yeah, so there were some abuses with pets, whole shit, and buses that we can't continue to allow in the same way. So it's more of a temporary solution while we are working on, like I said, AI polish and behavior heavily next, including some Nave mesh system for housing and beast mastery. That's when pets and also AI in general are going to be improved further. My stream is laggy today. I'm getting. Why am I getting bad transferring speeds? Is my stream lagging for you guys, or is it just for me myself? It says it's unstable. I wonder why. Strange. Is the stream smooth for you guys, or is it getting affected? Looks like my stream is poor right now. I'm not sure why. But do you have a... Is it me or what? Maybe it's a download, guys. Capping the internet connection. Could be that. I'm putting all my connection to the Steam updates, and there may be a little bit less for the stream. It is for me. Is it working for you or what? Yeah, it's laggy. Yeah. I noticed. I may have to pause my just Steam downloading the patch. Yes, it is. Maybe I have to pause it. I only have 4 gigabytes left. I'm almost capping my 1 gigabit connection, so I guess it will be fine in just a moment. Alright, I guess it was a little fluke. It's better now. Yeah, everyone is downloading now. And if I'm not mistaken, it should be 47 gigs for everyone, right? So it's like re-downloading a new branch for Mortal, having it much smaller on the hard drive. So you're getting that important gigabytes back on your hard drive. Yeah, my download is just finishing now, so it should be fine. I just noticed that I was indeed capping out on Steam download, but it's done now, so now it should be smooth again. Are the founder creator? Yes, I am. CEO of the company and designer of the game. Game designer. Yeah, it should be fine now again when I'm done with the patch myself. So sorry for that. Yeah, I should have capped it out. Streaming on stalled servers? No. Only my own. Does Henrik play? So what race? I do play, and you know, I play through them all. It's hard for me to stick with one, also because I wanna experience them all at first hand. Every now and then I do sessions around them all. So I think the latest one I'm running at now is in Ogmir. But yeah, I cycle through them to, you know, experience various things. It also helps a lot when doing tweaks and balance. Early Thursday stream, indeed, we have a patch day, so I thought why not combine it while we wait on the patch to being deployed, go through the patch notes, show a little Necro trailer while we are patching. Can you explain AI can now spawn loot on other position than its own position, please? Yeah, so if there are certain bosses or creatures that you're killing, they may be affected in certain ways or fall down in certain ways, death animation wise, which means the loot bag needs to be accessible, right? And you will understand exactly why when you fight the bosses in this patch, because you wouldn't have access to the loot bag if we didn't add this system. So now we can support that as well. So just something to make sure that you get your loot, pretty much. Have you murdered any players? I have actually not murdered any innocent because it feels wrong. The creator of the game, it feels wrong for me to kill any innocent. But I do get jumped, and I do obviously fight back and kill that way. And I also participate in friendly duels and battles, group fights, which I think is real awesome and fun to do. Please show up from time to time in the game, brings great motivation. Yeah, sure, Stain. Like I said, whenever I'm not too stressed and fully dedicated on the testing servers and development servers, I am logging into the live servers. And I've been playing with players, and they haven't figured out it was me, and some figured it out it was me, as usual. Can you give an example of what AI might change their attacks based on range? Will bands pull out bows? Yes. So the different weapons and attacks they may have, they change between this in a better way based on distance and range as well. So right now, pets or disabled won't attack some of the bosses, and that is for securing some parts. But that will change when we have gone through the AI polish and beast mastery work. Distances, random characters, etc. will be tweaked when we're done with the optimization on the server. What about Bandit Bowman Alchemist? Is he still annoying as ever? I love fighting the Alchemist. He's super clever. I love how he's running around trees and buildings. So what do you mean annoying as ever? I think it's awesome to fight that one. Should give you a challenge, right? $2,000 hours plus was still my favorite game. Thank you, Henrik. The Duke 209. That is awesome to hear. You are officially a veteran based on those stats. Is the patch for Necromancer? Yes, this is the Necromancy patch, but it also includes a lot of fixes, polish, and more things than Necromancy. Patching complete. Getting closer and closer. $47 GB update. Did you guys remake the game? We did. No, so what we did is we updated the engine to the a version next to Unreal 5 in preparation of that. But we also benefit a few very good things with this engine update. One of them is we shrunk the game by 60%. So you got those 40% back. And the game will load faster and patch faster. So yeah, this one is big, but all the next after this one should be smaller and faster. So yeah, the whole game shrunk a lot. Saving some valuable disk space for you. You play when you were underage. Simple sucks. You have to grow up. Maybe you are allowed to play now. Then it's been many years, right? This guy is so much better than Tassus. People were lying to me and saying Henrik is Tassus. No, I'm not Tassus. I'm my own thing, you know. And I may not do things traditionally or like anyone else, and that may be frustrating for some, but good, exciting for some. I don't know. I'll leave that to you. But one thing I always say is that we are always very transparent and open to the community. And I enjoy having a direct communication with you guys. There's a lot of benefits in doing that as well. And obviously, I try to enjoy my time as well, hanging out with you. I'm also a gamer, just like you. So, and this is my absolute favorite type of game and genre. So, yeah, I'm here. And I'm open to discuss anything as long as we can do that on a mature level. Now I'm old enough. I played more than 7-8 years ago. Yeah, I guess, you know, we had a lot of young people joining in, and yeah, they're not as young anymore. Time flies. Does Command Undead work on zombies in Graveyard? You should be able to take control over those, if I'm not mistaken. It was quite a while ago I tested that or confirmed that, but you should be able to. Muchas gracias. Muy bien, muy bien. De nada. De nada. Just gonna win that giveaway, my dude. Indeed. Indeed. We've given out a lot of copies of Mortal 9 over the last year. Many giveaways. Necropets are the same as any other pets when it comes to those specific bosses that can't attack them right now. I've been playing this game for only 2 days. I'm liking the game so far. Beautiful map. I can see me spending a lot of time in this game. Army of Foodsack. Awesome to hear and welcome. And you know, it's getting a better and better time to enter the game of Mortal 9. This patch is huge, brings a lot of good content, a lot of polish and bug fixing. We're still not done yet with the polish and bug fixing that we are focusing on now, moving forward a few patches. And then we have some real juicy content and features coming as well. We have Unreal 5 to move over to as well. So we have a very exciting year ahead. So not too bad time to joining in, learning the game before more chaos and more players join in as well. And also since we haven't started any subscription, obviously. Grown Up Wild, thank you. Will pets be able to attack the new bosses? No. But they will soon. But you will also see why they can't attack the tier 2.5 boss. It doesn't make sense. And you will understand why when you get to experience it at first hand. We're reaching new tiers of AI behaviors as well. So yeah, it's getting more interesting, more and more. No, your ritual pets doesn't cost pets points. They don't use loyalty or hunger. But there are rules, however. They don't cope with your living pets. If you have a living bear, for instance, with a ritual bear, they won't go well together. So you can't use them like that. So that is also a natural balance. Mounts now drawn when out of stam. No, they shouldn't, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to get a response on the horse in houses. So as we said many times before, we are lacking house Namesh. This is why you can't bring in your pets. So now people are using them on the sides to access all that. And this is what we're working on, the real Namesh system that are specifically for houses, which allow you to use the inside of houses the same way as outside. So that is something we're already working on right now. Yeah, you can have a mount with your ritual pet. That is one exception.
Oh my god, another one.
Another one.
Jamie 12, thank you for the prime. Yeah, it's a big patch, but it also shrinks your game a lot. So it's going to be faster loading, and future updates are going to be faster and small also. So Yes, we worked on fixes for house integration, loading stuff. Isn't the patch note available now on Steam, guys? So you can see everything in detail. Patch notes, yeah. So you have the full list now on Steam. This game is going to be my whole C drive soon, but I'm enjoying so far. That's why it was good to have this patch, right? Because you got 40% back from the actual game size. But yeah, indeed, wait until it occupies your life. It's a very special game, you know? It has ups and downs, but it also offers that unique experience that if that's something you're looking for, you know, this is the game. There's nothing else, and you may be in for a long run, and it's going to be exciting. We have exciting years ahead. It's a long-term project. This is not a short sprint. Yeah, you can tell your pet to wait outside town, or you can stable your pet if you have a equerry at your house. You don't have to reinstall, just let it patch and it will shrink your game and have it up to date. So yeah, now we're running on the latest engine before Unreal 5 as well. That gave us a few good improvements, and now we're set for moving over to Unreal 5. What haircuts does Necromancy bring in? No haircut right now, sorry. Just read a patch notes and you're less motivated to play than before. That is quite crazy, in fact. So improving the game, fixing very bad bugs, adding a most awesome dungeon ever created in an MMO with a lot of things and features, and a whole new magic school. I'm at a loss, but you know, we're all different. Good for you. I quit the game 3 times, but I keep coming back. No one simply quits Mortal. You know how it is, right? We may hate it sometime, but we come back stronger than ever. We need undead haircuts. Is there a specific haircut for undeads? You can stable your necropets. So that's how you can save them. If you have a house with your own stable, you can store your ritual pets there. Yes. We fixed the house issue bug. Finally. Can we have your hair cut and beard for necros? Do I look like a necromancer? Is that what you're telling me? Do I look like a necromancer? I'm not sure how a necromancer's haircut and beard may look like. You had me at casting while moving. Finally can battle melee. Mountain. MDK Mountain. Indeed, it's you know, a good mechanic for the Necromancy school. So did we forget about that important bug fix? Holy shit. Yeah, more of a Soul Death Knight look. Okay. This patch looks amazing. Keep it up. Thank you, Bub.
Oh
Bubble.
my god,
Bub.
another one. Another one.
The Smashed Crab. Thank you for the subscription. Are you guys tricking me? I found it in the patch notes. This one. That's the bug where you may see someone running in the ground or someone up in the air. That is because they have the house in different height locations. We finally identified and fixed that bug in this patch. That is that line in the patch notes. So yeah, it's a good patch we wanted to fix for quite a while, and finally we ironed it out. So I didn't realize that was what it meant. Yeah. I mean, sure, it's tricky to know everything, right? That it's actually the house that are in different height positions. That is why you see them, the players in different height position. But yeah, that is that bug, and yeah, finally fixed. We're at the office or at home? I'm at home. Enjoying the game, thank you. Alpha servers running, should be pretty soon. What are your plans for bounty hunting? So now that we have identified that it does work, it brings some joy and interest for everyone, there are for sure room for refinement and additional options to making it even more pleasant and exciting to play as a bounty hunter. So there will be some updates for that for sure, and you will see those updates in our upcoming roadmaps. How much of your team works at office versus at home these days? It's actually the absolute majority these days. Since Corona hit, we started to work for a long period of time from distance, from home. So we set up systems and adapted more to be efficient working on distance and remote. We are still working with the office and the server hall that we have everything on and working on. And we have a very robust system that we're working on. So, and also since we're expanding the team and have more and more people from abroad, they are just simply put into the same system, and it works very efficiently. So it's like the new way of developing, software like this, where it actually works to work from anywhere in the world. That makes it convenient when it comes to at least finding people and working with everyone. Of course, there's a few cons as well, not having that direct communication face to face. We use webcams, etc. instead, but it's working pretty good. Are we up, guys? Are we up? Is that what you're telling me? So that means you will not have time to look at me anymore here and talk to me, I guess, because There's a lot of cool stuff to discover and explore in Mortal now. So maybe that is my cue to leave you be. It's so hot in this room. I was thinking of playing a little bit, but obviously I don't want to reveal anything, so I won't be going there to show secrets. That's the whole point of this place, right? So that is up to you. But I hope that you guys stream and share some of it, some of the cool stuff, because trust me, this is a whole new gaming experience when it comes to MMO. This dungeon is sick. It's insane. It just gets more and more insane. So, and I really want to see that first-hand experience from you guys. So if someone of you want to record, release YouTube clips of it, or if you dare to stream some of it, that would be lovely. Because, yeah, you know, I want to watch it and experience it as well in first hand. Of course, I can go there and spy as a ghost and see experience there, but there's always a queue when a server starts to make sure that it doesn't crash when everyone tries to log in the same millisecond when it's getting spammed. And that's how all server in the world works. So there's always going to be a queue, but it's going to be a fast queue. But yeah, for sure, I will be playing, and when it's not as secret and sensitive anymore, I may log in and let you guys team up with me, or let me team up with you guys, and we can go there and adventure, and I will be there also at first hand. It's something I really would like to do. Because yeah, a lot of the bar we set on this dungeon and all the work is something we're gonna keep on expanding. Obviously, we want to make sure in what direction we want to go forward in. So yeah, I guess this is a good time for me to take some lunch, and you will be able to get into the game. And like I said, hopefully some of you guys want to stream, record, and share some of it. Obviously, if it's high secret, you may want to keep that for yourself or not. But yeah, I guess you will be busy now when game server is up anyway. So thank you very much for tuning in. I always enjoy hanging out with you guys. And I thought it was a good opportunity to make the best use of it while we were waiting on the servers. So now that we are all live, obviously we're gonna follow the progress to make sure everything is on track and working, while you hopefully can pleasantly enjoy the game. Alright, do we have anyone we want to raid? Not too many are streaming right now, right? I guess the Americans are slowly getting home from work or getting up as well. Shall we do a raid, guys? What do you say? We only have J45. Is he streaming? Or does it look? Yeah, the queue haven't started yet when it's first started. It just puts you in a position, that position is not really correct. And then it resets when it starts moving. And that's when it's running. Alright, I will do a little raid to Tatsuya. He's streaming, and maybe he can tap into some necromancy, hopefully, and show you guys some of that, because it's going to be a hell of a surprise. A hell of a surprise, I can tell you. But yeah, thank you so much for today, and I will see you soon again. Let's see if we can find Tats. What the hell is J45? There it is. Alright, guys. Thank you very much, and see you soon. Bye bye. All right, thank you. Bye bye.